Welcome back to Heat and Constant Knowledge. I'm George King, and with me always...
Abel.
That's right, and we've got a very special guest, Xavier Campos?
Campos.
Is it like a compost pile?
Like shit? Are you the shit?
Is that way you're telling me I'm trash?
Whoa, no. Compost could just have, like, you know, extra leaves and stuff. It doesn't always
Mulch.
have to be
It could
shit.
be mulch.
Yeah,
It could be wood.
It could be wood. Yeah.
Also grinded up trash.
And just to be fair, worm poop, which is compost, goes for a lot. So
Goes for a lot where?
That's a W shit.
I don't know where it goes for a lot.
China. Is that an NFT?
It's an NFT. It's an NFT. Every time your worm poops, you get paid.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's like Dogecoin.
Yeah, it's a new crypto. We're trying to get
moon,
people investing. It's on the
baby.
stock market, so check out later. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you work at where do you work?
Yeah.
I work at a comedy club in Huntington Beach. It's called the Rec Room.
Okay,
Get
can you
tickets.
spell that for people?
RECROOM.
Okay, now did you come up with that name?
No.
Does rec stand for recreational or what's
Or
the
rec- Rectal?
It stands for recreational room. Yeah,
the
that's
rectal room?
The
yeah,
rectal
that's how we initiate every comic. That's why people don't like to go there.
It
it's
used
true.
to be a proctology place. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we probe you and then you get 5 minutes. Like
That sounds solid.
That's better. That's better than some places. You know, a probe for 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, definitely. And they make you pay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
true. LA will be like that.
Yeah.
So now so what do you do at Rec Room?
I'm a server there, but sometimes I get to do comedy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you sometimes work the music?
Yep, sometimes I work. Yeah, I'm a man of many hats there. I actually do. I'm saying it like it's a secret. I do like the graphic design and stuff for that place. So like anytime you see like a flyer for a show or whatever, I made it, and then
And you guys make good flyers. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
I know I'm trying to make it like I want it to actually look like, you know, like Huntington Beach is trying, because there's so many funny people in Huntington Beach,
Mhm.
and I feel like everybody treats like LA like 2 exits away from LA like it's just the boonies, and I'm like nah, there's funny people everywhere.
Yeah. There's funny people, and we were actually just talking about this last episode. There's a funny guy in Fresno named Isaiah Washington.
Oh, that's his last name. I was trying to look this
Isaiah
guy
Washington.
up.
Isaiah Okay, I'm gonna have to check you out.
Shout
Isaiah.
out to our boy.
Mhm.
Full
Shout
flex. That's Isaiah No, but that's the thing. Like, you go to these spots when you do the road spots and you travel, you wind up seeing, like, dude, there's funny guys in fucking Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, definitely.
That will just chop up 2/3 of the comedy scene here. Like, they're that funny.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, they would move right to the top if they moved here.
You know what's also crazy is that no matter where you go, they all hate women.
Fuck, dude. Who doesn't?
All
I did-
comics, yeah.
Oh my! I did Arizona recently, right? And I'm out there and I'm at some comedy club. I think it's called Improv Mania. So anybody go out there, go check it out. It's actually a really fun room. But the thing about Improv Mania is that you have to get there really early and you just stand in this line. And this line is like first come, first serve, or that's what they tell you.
Mm.
So like I'm in this line. I'm like second or third in line. But the first, like, I think 10 spots, every other spot just says reserved for female comic,
Mm.
which is fine. Like, I get why they do that. That's
Why do they do that?
there's not a lot of women in comedy, so they're just trying to make
Why do you think that is? I'd like you to answer for a gender you are not.
Oh, I have the answer. It's
Oh.
because men make like 2/3 more than women, so they got to give them 2/3 of the spots back.
Boom,
That's
I
why.
like that. That makes...
It's a give and take thing. It's what's that thing? Reparations?
No, that's something like that.
The fact that women would get reparations first is
Oh,
so
that would be so fucked up. So
Well,
anyway, so they had
that's-
the...
That's like a white man's plan, you know. He's like, give it to the white women first, because that'll give me some booty.
All right, is that what they told you at the club?
Yeah, that's what they're like we put these.
You're looking at me
Yeah.
like I know. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is your bit. So anyway, so they, like, every other spot, or what was for women?
Yeah. It just said reserved for a female comic, and then just like the whole line is just steaming about it. But I'm just like,
Who cares?
if you know that about this room, then just like that's just the way that they're doing it. Like I don't think it matters, but like they're just like no, and plus women are not funny, and how many women are on your?
That's my favorite line. Women aren't funny. It's usually by an unfunny guy. It's always by an unfunny. Why is it always by an unfunny dude?
Because I think it's like they go on the date, and then they're like, she just didn't get the joke.
Oh, it might be they brought him to the show like, you didn't get it, girl. No.
You just don't get what I'm doing.
Yeah, come on, rape's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
that type of.
You guys don't generalize that stuff. You're like, oh, they didn't get it. It must be because they're women. Like, come on, that's
just you
that's
dumb
not-
broad.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Simple
what-
B.
That's exactly. It sounds like my dad in my head. Dumb Brad.
Dumb Brad.
Yeah.
And Brad.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me, he used to be like fucking doing something like a screwdriver, he'd be like, life's a bitch and then you marry one. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I don't actually.
No, I'm single still, actually.
You're like, that's a nice way to talk about mom in the other room.
Yeah,
Dad.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, why don't you go hit her, Dad, you piece of shit? Yeah, give him some real ammo.
What's that? Why I oughta, you know.
So how were the female comics in Arizona that you had to sit and watch through?
I saw a couple of good ones. Everybody seems so new. The thing that I notice a lot of people do in Arizona is that everybody opens up like this giant note, like not like a notebook,
Like a trapper keeper?
but like just like this giant ledger, and it just goes right there on the stool, and they're just like, it just feels like an audition.
It's like a Shakespearean kind of like, oh Lord.
But
yeah.
I did like all of them are writing jokes. They got the proof right there.
Yeah, right? Hey, I wrote that.
Did you have the page turner, like the person who doesn't have a set list and has to keep turning pages to find?
No, I was
jokes?
just offering to be the guy that licked their finger.
Oh, yeah.
To turn the page for
Be
them.
the corner man? Yeah, that's awesome. So did you do your set out there? Are you doing new stuff? You doing old stuff? How you mixing it? How's your bounce back?
I'm doing new stuff.
Because you're a comic.
It feels weird. It feels like starting from scratch. But it's fun. I like everything just felt stale, and I wasn't writing right before the pandemic, but it was just because I was like lucky enough to like have I work at a comedy club.
Yeah,
I was getting a lot of spots, so I was just like a lot of that was just so fresh in my mind, and then I went back and I was just like fumbling over it so hard, and I was just like, I might as well just say whatever I'm thinking. Like,
yeah. So all the new stuff now, how do you feel it's landing?
I think it's going pretty cool. I have like one or like shocking story.
Okay.
I feel like pressure. A lot of people know me for like a lot of like random bits, and they just want me to do them forever, and I'm just like, oh no. Like we're trying to move on. We're trying to move on.
But they're great. Like some of you have. Like I remember you were one of the first people when I saw it. You had some just real original bits that you did, and I won't tell them off here, but I've told you like offstage. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yo, that bit's fucking huge. And what would you say you have cataloged right now of that shit? Because you got some good bits.
Yeah, some of them do. They kind of come back. Like I noticed, like they'll come back. Like I'll feel like I'm riffing, and then I'm like, actually, this is the thing that I used to do, and like it just like you get the motions of it, and then like I don't know. It, like I have like a really bad habit of not recording and shit, but I have a few things recorded. It's like I go back to those, and then it's kind of cool because it's just like, oh, that's what I was working on way back, and then like it like resparks all that stuff.
For sure.
Is your bad habit of not recording post-pandemic or pre-pandemic? Because post-pandemic, I've gotten way worse. Pre-pandemic, I feel like I had every set recorded. Then it started being like outside at a park with a dog, and I was like, I don't need to remember this.
Right.
Yeah, I try to forget those days happened.
Yeah.
Did you do the outdoor mics? Other than hosting the one at Rec.
Yeah, I was like, I hosted ours for a little bit, but I didn't. It felt.
Speak from your heart.
It felt too far away
Desperate.
from like the thing that like we were trying to do. And then I noticed a couple of people that I really had my eye on, really, really liked. I saw them kind of like reform bad habits, and I go, oh, I remember that version of you. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, but like I wasn't out there, so like maybe that's what it fucking took. But
yeah, it was. There were moments where you'd be mid-set and people are just living in a park.
Yeah,
or like walking in a park. Just go on a pier. You're on a pier in Huntington Beach, and people are literally walking by, or the cops tell you to not use the speakers, so you have to go with no microphone, and then you look like a crazy person because you're shouting.
Or you just forgot like how noisy the outside world is. Like a helicopter going by isn't like good during a bit. Like that's like 30 seconds of dead air. You just kind of have to be like, all right.
But we had that happen at like real shows where we'd have like stages outside, and we got to do some of those. And even in those, like you'd have a plane or a helicopter fly by, and you're like, this fucking sucks, because till it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
And that sucks because you're like, okay, well, it takes all the momentum out, it takes your momentum out, and then you got to jump back into the wave. You haven't even been paddling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That's the other thing. Like stepping in front of actual people, I feel like it's like relearning the skill of being like, okay, this is what I'm getting away with at the open mic, and this is what actually works. And
yeah.
That part is always fun. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where I don't want to do that. Like, what do you guys like? Do you think that this is the part where I take over your podcast?
I love it. Yeah. Ask the questions, baby.
But do you ever think like there's gonna be a time in your life where you're like, I would never go to an open mic.
No.
I feel the same. What about you?
No, yeah, the same thing. Like, I would always want to go to an open mic. Like,
yeah, it's just something fun to do, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, it's the only time you can get on stage and literally, if you've been in it long enough, go, I'm going to work on this. And sometimes you will find a fucking gem. You can't do that on a real fucking show unless you're like, I've seen comics that are blue checks do it, and it's the cringiest shit to me. Like, people paid to see you, and you're doing basically an open mic on Sunset Boulevard because you think you got too big for the room. Too bad. I'll be real. If I'm going to name these people, they hadn't done a good movie in the last 20 years, and they're still riding off that fucking gravy train, off that name of who they used to be. But they come in and they treat it like, oh, I used to do this room, but like what? When you were a comic? Before you were just riding off this bullshit? And I hate seeing that shit. That's the shit where I really go, man, no, I will always see myself doing mics. 100%.
Do you think they get ego checked after that, or do you think they don't even notice it?
No.
Some people, I think, they really like dissociate. Like, I've definitely seen people where I'm just like, oh man, I need to go talk this guy down, and he's like, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I'm just like, all right, like whatever, like you can keep living in that world.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so take us through that. You don't have to name anyone specific, please, because that's rude. But take us through that.
Oh yeah, so it's like there'll be people that'll come to, like we do the leg day at the rec room, and then there's people that come through to that, and they get like very, very cocky, and I feel like they don't, like, you don't understand like the laughs that are coming back at you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you think like, oh, this like material is crushing, and like I think sometimes at open mic, a lot of people will laugh out of just like being nervous about how much that didn't work. They're just like, I can't believe you thought that. I can't believe you said that. And then I've seen them like take it to the stage. They get through to a show, and it's just like that. Like you just see them sweating bullets. You see it all happen, and then they come off, but they're just like, I mean, it was fine. Like, and then I feel like that's when all the like the excuses come out. It's like, well, you know, it's
the crowd,
it's a
or
crowd,
bunch of
it's
women,
the day of the
the
week.
guy in front of me, yeah, everyone, so and so had a bad side, all that, yeah.
They were too drunk. They weren't drunk enough, or like, yeah, like you hear it all.
Too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these fucking 420 shows, 100%.
Well, yeah, and then which is that always like is so weird to me, because I'm just like, do you ever see people that are high and drunk and they're just like, I don't want to have a good time? Like
100% right.
Like I'm like, you did something weird to them. They should be having fun.
You guys don't get crossed and go like, I'm gonna have a terrible time tonight. Like that's not your go-to.
Yeah. I mean, only when I'm staring in the mirror and I'm just like, it's the end of the night. I'm just like, why did you do it?
You suck. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And what? Shoot.
I actually remembered a story that I heard.
Okay.
Maybe you know this. I mean, it's about you, hypothetically.
Okay.
It's nothing crazy, but from my understanding, there was a mix-up of Xavier's at the rec room once, and some guy charged the stage, and maybe he was on cocaine. But this is only me hearing.
That sounds
That's
cool.
A fairy tale.
I was gonna say, this is only me hearing the guy doing a bit about it at another mic later. So.
Oh, okay, and then I don't know. I think sometimes I'm kind of high energy on stage, so maybe the thing is that I do coke or something. But
oh no, the other guy was on coke, not you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was just like, no, it's just the fucking what is it? Vietnamese coffee next door. That's
yeah,
what gets me going.
There's Vietnamese coffee next to the rec room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's cool. It hurts my tummy, but I just shit in between comics.
What else do they have there? Do they have Vietnamese sandwiches?
No, I would like banh mi.
Oh yeah.
Oh, banh mi's so fucking good.
I know.
Wow.
Getting a couple of
buy 2 get 1 free.
Like how much of
do they have a banh mi?
Because now I'm in your mouth.
How much? Okay.
All of it.
How wide are the sandwiches? Because you know, like if you go to Lee's, they're like kind of those thinner ones. But if you go to the other
it's
places,
like a traditional
then
baguette,
it's like the French, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like
I like the French baguettes, the kind of the wider ones. You know what I mean?
Or do you like you get like you hook it like you're...
I do. Do you do the vegetables on the side?
No.
Wow.
Like all in
What kind of
there.
pussy are you?
No. When you order them, you order vegetables on the side because then you can just put it on, so you can evenly. Like I like having jalapenos on every bite. Like that's my joint.
Okay.
So then you can evenly.
Those fresh
distributed that
jalapenos
way.
are so
Yeah.
good, right?
And then the cilantro too. I don't really like the corn that much. I'm not gonna lie.
Who puts corn on it?
I mean, not the corn. Sorry, the carrots. I don't like the carrots.
The carrots
that
are delicious. They're sweet.
So good.
The pickled carrots. I'm just not into the sweet savory that much.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
You're not into life. The
Yeah,
zest of
I'm not.
life.
I'm not into life, but I could go. I could go for some Vietnamese
I think.
sandwiches. That sounds
Did
good.
your mother not have like eye contact when she breastfed you?
Yeah, what happened? Did she look away?
I mean, I'm a twin, so she can only look at one of us. You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
we
Did
got
she
to the
double?
root.
Did she have to double duty?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe
Did
it
you
was
ask
like one
her?
of us
Yeah.
gets formula and the other one gets the real thing. Because do you double produce or what's the deal? With
I don't know,
that?
but I know your sister lives in the house, so we know who got
Yeah,
formula. Like
Well,
that.
she owns the house. Her name's on it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
definitely a breastfed baby. A formula baby does not own the house.
exactly.
100%.
I thought you meant like she's like in the back getting breastfed right now. She's like, yeah, she never stopped, right? She's
Never
a
stopped.
genius.
Still growing. Still growing. IQ 196. Just adding on to it.
She built the house.
How long would it take you to leave though if you like walked in? There's just someone getting breastfed, 30 years old. You know.
Oh, I'd like to say right away, but I'd probably stay for a little bit.
We're comics.
I'd
We're
like-
checking it out.
I like that you're like. I'd like to say, but I'd probably check it out.
Because Xavier's honest.
Yeah. And then I heard there's somebody on on your guys' podcast that loves how sexual you guys get, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
fuck. This is so
Yeah,
true.
We get sexual. I didn't think we get that sexual.
No,
but,
apparently,
yeah.
according to one Amber Williams.
Shout out Amber Williams.
That's an interesting name. Let's talk about the name alone. Amber Williams. That's a unique. Can you guess? White girl.
It
Amber.
sounds like a white girl,
Amber.
but Williams doesn't sound that white.
Does it throw you up for a curveball?
Yeah.
Yeah, white girl.
I think it's a high serve.
Yeah, it's high. It's high, sir. I love it. Okay, so Amber Williams, check out the podcast. Said funny stuff. Very attracted to you.
Oh,
I may
thank
have
you.
made that up. But
I make up every girl attracted to me. So,
I love it. I
yeah.
love. So we're keeping it par for the course.
Yeah.
But anyways, you said we talk about sex too much. So for the rest of the episode, to make sure we keep Amber Williams as a viewer, we're gonna make sure that there is.
No matter what a stripper tells you, there's no sex in the champagne room. None.
So we're
No
gonna keep
sex.
off the sex.
Yeah.
Let's keep it clean the rest of the time. Xavier, can you do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of champagne rooms, though, you ever been to a strip club?
Yeah.
Fuck the best.
I think my last few times at a strip club have made it on stage.
Oh, isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Don't you
yeah.
feel like the star?
Yeah, definitely. And then, but then I pay them, and I'm like, ooh, now it feels like an open mic.
Yeah, it does. It does feel like an open mic. You're doing an open set.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh my god. Do you? So have you ever been back in the champagne room?
I've never been to a strip club.
Oh, you never. Okay, so
unfortunately. Yeah.
there's a lot of hot breath
Mm.
on your
Oh.
on your downstairs because I think that it's if you jizz in your pants, you gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
So I like everything about the back room is how fast they can make that happen.
Wait,
Mm.
but don't they make more money the longer you're there,
You would
or you
think-
already
No, but
paid?
it's like a
Stripper
restaurant.
tells you, there's no sex in the champagne room.
So it's a turnover thing.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
It's like being at a Denny's. Dude.
Yeah.
You gotta flip
They're
flip
like-
them tables.
If your smoothies aren't out in 3 minutes, you got to go on
You
to the
gotta
next
keep
one.
going.
Dude, so what's your craziest strip club story?
Crazy.
As long as we keep the sex.
Yeah.
Minimal.
The-
Amber Williams. A Willie.
I had a friend with me, and this guy, he at the time I think was trying comedy out. It turns out he was just more of like a hang guy.
Oh, okay, got
and
it.
then just like a.
Wait, what's a hang guy? Like he just comes and hangs at open mics? or-
Yeah, pretty much. Like not really interested in going up, but
Mm.
more interested in just like drinking with comics and
Oh.
bullshit.
Goes up
yeah.
once every 6 weeks.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Needs friends. That's what you're saying. A little bit of a loner.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I never put that together. I'm like, the guy just sucks at comedy. Moving on.
He's like, you guys come here every Thursday night, and I can hang out with you. And
You
you're
turned him
like-
into such a person in my head now. Now the
No,
rest of this story
yeah.
just makes me feel
No, go,
sad.
go, go.
Sorry,
You're fine.
sorry.
You're fine.
Go ahead. This is for me talking about
Yeah.
your mother's breast, right?
Yeah.
This is where this comes from.
for telling me that I couldn't have them, or I don't know how that went down,
Yeah.
but my mother's breaths are off the table. Let's keep that.
Yeah. Just like the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Alright,
want to
so tell
say
the
so
story.
much for off the tip, but okay, we're moving on. But we go to this strip club, and then it's an average one. I'm afraid of how like loud the heels are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've never been.
I've never been to a strip
club.
club,
So
but
there's-
I had an ex-girlfriend who turned into a stripper, so I could imagine what the heels sound like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of clapping.
I love watching you process that. Like, that makes sense somehow.
Yeah. Well, you look like you were carved out of butter. Like I couldn't even tell. Like you
Carved out of butter.
Yeah, like you just like look like wholesome and.
That's why I feel like I never wanted to. Like I'd never gone to a strip club by the time I was like 24, and I was like, I just don't need that ever now.
That's a mindset you should have about a tattoo, not a strip club.
Yeah,
strip clubs are awesome.
Strip club would definitely be fun. And then we go. It's kind of a dead night, and the whole time, like this guy is just like trying. He's like, I'm going to get a stripper to give me a blowjob. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. And he talks in these two to take us to the back room, and I just start like saying right away because like I know like the deal. I'm just like, hey, seriously, don't have any money. I don't want to go back there. And they were just like, no, like they tell you all the thing how it's gonna be fine, and I'm serious. Like, don't even have my ATM card on me. Like I am not your guy. Like. Love what you're doing, but like that, like this is it for me. And then like they
window shopping.
Yeah. They still take me to the back, and then right away I get a call from my friend, and he goes, "This chick won't even put my dick in her mouth, man. We got to get out of here." And I'm just like, "What?" And then this other girl, she just corners me. She's like breathing heavy on my lap. She's trying to do all the stuff, and then like I just seriously like I stand up and I yell at him like, hey, I seriously have no money. She makes me go out, grab my friend. She walks us to the ATM. He pulls out $100, and then she just tells us to leave. And I was just like,
oh man,
that
and you guys are telling me I should go to this place?
Dude, what?
Don't go to that one.
Not go to that one. All right, go to Bazookas in Kansas City.
What's the most you guys have ever spent at a strip club though?
I can't talk about that on the air.
Yeah.
Are you serious? What the fuck? You clearly have never been to a strip club. Kind of.
I see. That's why I would never go. I don't have that kind of money to spend.
No, because you don't have that kind of. It's like you can't talk.
That's the butter mentality.
That's the Land O'Lakes of you. No. So go to Bazookas in Kansas City. Here's why: those girls are dedicated. First off, you get a ticket like you're going to a carnival. Okay. Because it's Kansas City. Who knew? I was so excited. I got this little ticket, and then I got like, I'm not even kidding. It was like a program. I'm not shitting you. I go in the place. The girls are what you would expect for Kansas and Missouri. They're busted.
Nice.
That's what it is. And it's a weekend, too. So, like, this is the best thing out. This is the A spot.
This is the cream of the crop. Right?
Cream of the literal corn crop.
The A Kansas team.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the A Kansas team. This is who they give to the Jayhawks when they want to recruit them. Okay. So, we're there, and this girl is halfway up. So, the poles go to the ceiling. This girl's halfway up, and she dropped. And she hit her, like, smack, boom. And then gets her shit, and as she's getting off the stage is like full on Bambi.
Oh no.
Swear to God. Then she comes over 2 minutes later and she's like, hey, sugar, so did you want that dance? And I'm like, yo,
so full CTE.
Full CTE. And I literally look at her, I go, your brain is an egg. I go, you know CTE is real. She goes, oh, no, we called the ambulance. I got 8 minutes. Boom. All right, let's get to the back. I had 2 dances. Thank you.
Flex. She has 8 minutes before the ambulance gets there.
Fucking right. We got the dancing. Bazookas in Kansas City. They treat you right.
That's nice. Dedication to the craft, you know what I mean?
Fucking right.
Yeah, she's like, the ambulance is on the way. Would you guys do a set after getting your hit head? You're like, I still got 8 minutes left.
Oh yeah, she heard how high that fee was. Like, we for sure have to call them. We have to. Nobody can drive me. Okay, 2 more dances. 2 more dances before I go.
I tipped her too because I felt bad. I was like, yo, come on. Take care of your kids.
You didn't try and get the 2 dances for 1 because she can't really remember.
No, I wasn't gonna take it. I feel bad enough for those girls. They gotta have guys like me throwing dollars at their face like they're fucking animals. They don't need.
Oh, is that where where are you supposed to throw the dollars at?
Anywhere you fucking want. It's money.
Yeah. I think as soon as it leaves your hand, though, it's yours. I see a lot of people.
It's yours. It's gone.
It's gone.
Like
it's like chess. The moment your hand comes off the piece.
Will someone come and slap my hand if I try and?
The stripper.
Oddly, like chess too, you got to do a lot of this.
100% true.
This is how you observe every show. You got to keep your hands to yourself. This is why this is very important.
White moves first. Yes.
Yep.
Certain things that happen. Oh, fuck. Yeah, dude, I can't believe you never been to a strip club. Now I want to take you.
I have a couple friends who go to strip clubs often, and from my understanding, all the girls will blow you if you have enough money.
I don't want to say that's facts, but that sounds factitious.
Or not all of the girls. There's a girl in the strip club who will blow you.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah.
It's called the strippers. Oh, I'm sorry. Are they
You
morally?
can't go up to just a random girl and be like, blow me for $100.
No,
It's
I
not-
mean some have to like you, but like all of them have a like. Come on, man. If some hot ass girl looked at you and like you could also charge her, that's just stupid on your part.
Yeah.
To just be like, yo, I want you to flip, flip, flip. By the way, shout out to Amber Williams. This is not talking about sex. This is talking about cunnilingus.
Mm-mm.
And according to Bill
There's
Clinton,
no sex in
that
the
was not sex.
champagne
Oral
room.
sex is not sex.
None.
So we're keeping it clean. So,
That's true.
yeah. So imagine some hottie is like, yo, I will give you, like, girl, you want to fuck? Is like, I'll give you $50 to eat me out right now. You're like, you just bought me dinner and dessert.
Right.
That's a done and done.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
It depends on the city.
Okay.
Because there's certain walk around cities that I feel like if someone's going down on you, that's true love.
Okay.
I used to live in San Francisco. You're walking up and down those hills all day. You go down on a girl, that's commitment.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say,
true.
what can you name some of these cities? So it's hilly
Portland.
cities.
Hilly's Burbank,
Gotcha.
anywhere. What Fullerton?
Mhm.
I'm so hot right now. Somebody goes
Oh,
down on
God,
you.
she loves
without
you.
a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these
just
balls
wipe her up
are
right
stuck to my thigh right now. Like when I pull them off, they're literally gonna make that like sound. It's
Mine
gonna
are
be
just
so good.
too wet to be stuck to anything. I'm just all over the place.
Just hanging and dripping. Oh,
It's a mess. It's a mess from the waist
There-
down.
there is some. I once had a girl. This is again not sex. Amber Williams.
No
Cunnilingus
matter what
again?
a stripper
No, this
tells
wasn't a
you,
cunnilingus. This was fellatio,
there's no
No.
sex
which is again,
in
according to
the
Bill Clinton, not
champagne
sex. So
room.
Amber Williams, we're keeping it clean.
None.
I once had a girl after like 5 straight games of running basketball, and I was like, I really was like, yo, I can smell them.
Right.
What do you want to eat, girl? Where am I taking you tonight? You earned that, dude. That is one of those like your leadoff hitter took a fastball to the chin for the team. You're a goddamn team player. Let's long-term extension. What do you need, girl? Am I wrong?
No. I think every woman like that is definitely a champion.
They deserve a ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Fucking right. You've never had a situation like that with like salty butter?
I would
in
just
mid-season?
wash my balls. I don't know what's going on here.
Bro,
Why-
but what if it goes the other way around? So like, all right, you're on a date with this woman.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It gets to that point.
Mhm.
She wants that first.
Mhm.
You're telling her to jump in the shower.
Yeah, you can tell her to get a handy wipe.
I'm probably just not doing it. I'm like,
Probably just not doing
Yeah.
So butter.
take it or leave it.
You nailed it. He's butter.
Butter.
Yeah, he's not even margarine. He's
And
just
I'm
butter.
like, yeah.
Yeah, can you
I'm
please
like,
get in the
this isn't
shower?
really stirring me, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry.
Do you have to change the sheets after sex? Because you're like, there's not going to be a wet spot on my bed. You seem like that type. So you made a spot on my bed. Could you wash those?
You send her the bill.
Here's the receipt.
I'm not calling for a follow-up date. This is actually...
Hey, just so you know, you've caused some damage at my house. A soda, the couch.
You give her the full receipt.
Mhm.
You touched the nuts. I know you didn't eat them, but it's like Vegas. Once you took them off the shelf, you got charged for it. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
One of my friend's dads does like the worst thing. He'll pick the guys up from Home Depot to help work at his house. He'll ask them like, "Oh, you guys want food?" And then he'll take what he bought from what he was going to pay them. So
that's
he'll
terrible.
be like, "Oh, it's $20 for the day. Oh, you guys want McDonald's or whatever?"
Mhm.
And then it's like their meal was $11. He's like, "Here's $9. Thanks a lot, man." Wow. Yeah, and I'm like, dude,
That's hard.
Just
Yeah.
don't offer him food.
yeah, don't.
Just
But
be a
he-
good person.
Yeah, he just doesn't tell them. You know what I mean? It's like, oof.
That just sucks because like when you think somebody has got your meal,
Mm.
you do all the extra.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
yeah, for sure, make it a large.
This guy's hooking
Give-
it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give me a Coke and
You
the
know what?
fries.
4 sweet and sour sauces. I know they only give me 3, but pay the extra
Yeah.
Give me the
50
extra
cents.
$1.75.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This
Large
gets
Coke.
Man, my dad has like a really elaborate backyard, and I had to build all of it. I had to build all of it with my brother, and we used to pick up people from Home Depot, and we would have them quit. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but we would seriously work so hard that like those guys are notorious for like we'll fucking do anything. We just gotta make it. Like we'd offer them just like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like no man, like we're working. Like my dad would get us up like at 7. We're not going until the sun's down,
Mhm.
and it's just like they'd just be like at lunch. They're like, look.
Mhm.
You could just like we still end up paying them and all that shit, but I would just be like, I have never seen so many people just like tap out, just being like, no way, man. No.
Did you ever go to Mexico and have to do physical labor with like true Mexicans?
Yeah.
It's wow. That's an eye opener, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, like you're just like I'm not a man. I'm
No,
not-
thank you.
Well, don't siestas make way more sense? Like in the scheme of things, you're like, oh, that's how hard people have to work. Like I need a nap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like I remember watching that.
if you commit to a lisp as well,
yeah.
it's just like I need at 5 o'clock. I'm done.
5 o'clock, I'm done. It's over. No, so we're clearing this mountain, and I'm there with this girl, and her family's like clearing the mountain, and the granddad is doing it, and I sat down for a cigarette break, like at I don't know, noon. Some for American, like we would have gone apeshit by 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we've been up, like you said, 6 a.m. We drove out like true Mexicans in the back of the pickup, shovels in hand and fucking whackers and all that shit, you know, machetes and shit. We get there, we fucking clear in the mountain. I finally sit down at noon. I'm like, I'm having a cigarette. I'm gonna have a beer because I'm fucking dying right now. And I see this old man with a machete just clearing the fucking hill, and I felt like such a pussy. I was like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong? This guy's like 100 years old.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me, and you could see it. He's just like, red, white, and blue. You guys are such fucking like, you know what I mean?
Because you grew up in Chicago or Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like Latin people that made it to Chicago are like those are like the true like you cross the border and try to blend in, you're fucking lazy. Okay. Like,
yeah, you're fucking lazy.
I'll call a spade a spade. Like all the people that came. We're a little lazy, okay? We're just
California Mexicans, you're just an old Mexico.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, my plan is to blend in.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Chicago, I'm like, those are the industrious. Those motherfuckers are going for it. I'd spent a little bit of time in Chicago before I did comedy, and like that's like my favorite part is to find somebody that looks like me, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, what I love about like my dad was an innovator. Like he was hooking up with a white woman in the 70s.
Nice.
So that's like he knew how to blend in, assimilate, as they say.
It's not even legal in all the states.
No, it's not legal in all the states, and he just 76. He put a ring on it. He did it right. I always say both my parents are classless, but my mom had a choice.
Well, the making people quit thing. My dad used to pick up homeless people who would have signs that say like "We'll work for food," and he'd be like,
shit.
"Mow the yard," right? And
Your dad sounds like the devil.
Yeah. Love you too, Dad. Anyways, and then like to the point where
what plantation did you guys go on?
to the point where next time we'd go to that store, the homeless person would hide their sign so my dad couldn't see it. Like they would be like, it would be like, "We'll work for food," and then my dad would pull up and he'd be like, "No, sirree, no, not you. You will not get me today, sir."
Looks right at him, bat son.
Well, I think like because that I feel like that's an old white man thing. He's like, "I'll call your bluff. I'll call it."
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, my dad was crazy. He's my dad's probably one of the hardest working people I knew. Like he's like young kid, like all the tropes, picked fruit, did construction, all that stuff. And then he was a firefighter, so like his like our big thing. Like I don't know if you guys had like stressed out parents, but they were, what do you have to be tired about? And I was just like, it took me like fucking like so much of my life to unpack. Where I'm like, he's just having a bad day. Like that doesn't mean
Yeah. My dad used to come home. My dad was very my parents were very educated, so by like 13 or 14, my dad would give me the paper and be like, "Can you read that? So you're interesting to talk to because you're really boring."
Oh my god!
And I'm like, "Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? It all makes you're like, oh shit, yeah, this guy needs love. It's weird. It's weird."
My dad
Thanks,
Dad.
Dan.
Yeah, for real. My dad used to make me read the paper. He's like, "We need something to fucking talk about."
Yeah, it's but you feel good about it now because you can reference shit that happened like way when you were a kid you shouldn't have known about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just like to imagine a dad walking in, like just drop. Did he slam the paper down or he just drop it like, "Read this"?
No, he was worse. He said it. So he came up like he had caught me with a porno. So he had it kind of like behind his back, and he was like, and then he looked at me so disappointed, like, "You're so fucking boring. Like, I don't ask you about your day because I don't care. Like, you go to school. You're not doing anything.
You're not important.
No, nothing you do." And he was right. Like, nothing you do in 6th grade fucking matters right now.
Yeah, but you don't tell that to 6th grade.
Yes, you do, and that's the problem. See, that's my point. You give them the paper and you say, "Read the bullshit. Read the bullshit." Am I wrong?
No, it's so true.
It is true.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? Fucking hide from them?
That's true.
George is just sitting here going like, "I don't know, man. My dad was just busy
My
making
dad
people work."
would be like, "You can't watch cartoons." I'd be like, "All right, that's cool. That's cool."
Oh. No, my dad was cool with cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
my
wrestling.
dad
Let me
was
watch
in
both.
the like late '90s like cartoons is gay kind of era.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking harsh to drop on a kid.
I know, right? That little sponge you're trying to change your life.
Yeah. Hey, that's gay. Come out here and help me work the mess again.
Sometimes I look back and I'm like, maybe my dad might just be gay, because I remember one time he'd be like, I can tell that kid's gay by the way he walks, and it'd be like, that's weird that you can tell by the way a kid walks. It was like
you're paying a lot of attention to his hips,
Yeah,
Dad.
he's sashaying.
Well, and he had like a descript way of like how his hips were moving. And it was like, that's a lot of detail for a straight man.
Maybe he's
Dad.
bow-legged.
Yeah.
I can tell by his bulge. He's so fucking.
It's just the way it hangs.
I can tell that kid's good in bed. I can tell you from the way that kid looks that he would.
He's trying to pleasure a man.
And I'm like, Dad, I'm 12. This is weird. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, was your dad hard on you about the pinche maricones, or was he pretty chill?
No, my dad was pretty chill. I was a very like horny kid.
Yeah.
So I my family just like knew right away. But
Yeah.
I don't know. They were also kind of worried because like I was born in '92, so I was like the fucking break the cycle kid.
Yeah.
So like everybody was like saying words and saying things, and I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm getting in trouble for saying that shit at school." So maybe we don't say that.
Yeah.
And then like that was always cool. Like I don't know, like my oldest sibling, I attribute to this a lot too. My oldest sibling is a girl, so my oldest sibling is a sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like I had like no choice but to be cool with like all of this shit, because she'd be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
What's wrong?" And then I'd just be like, "Nothing."
You're so passive. I love it. You're such a nice dude.
Yeah.
Little spicier butter. Is that what this guy is?
A little spicier butter.
Yeah.
No, you're like Pico de Gallo.
Oh,
You're for
Pico de
everyone,
Gallo.
but you got some spice.
Nice.
You got some cilantro.
A little bit of
tomato, a little bit of onion.
Some people think I taste like soap.
Yeah, some people do, but that's not for everybody. You know, because you're that clean.
Yep.
There you go.
What favorite kind of salsa? You got one?
Favorite kind of habanero. Habanero.
Yeah.
I got really into making salsa with my friend Kenny over quarantine.
Kenny Weber.
Yeah,
shout out. We'll say his name in this episode.
Yes.
Shout out Kenny Weber.
Shout out Kenny Weber. Thanks for giving me a job, dog. Oh my god. Whoa.
You know, balance it on your chin.
Yeah. This is why this is every open micer's advice.
Yes.
And it makes the mic fucking stink. I don't know if anybody let everybody know it makes the mic stink. I have to host those mics, and I just smell all your shit.
You just
nothing
should never
worse.
smell a mic, is what I've learned after a long time. It's
Yeah.
like smelling a mic can only lead to pain.
How bad is it though when you go after a particular comic and you know, like, that's you, dog. That's you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this 5 minutes ago. I handed, and I was fine. There was 7 other motherfuckers. I give it to you. It smells like poop.
Yep.
Well, do you think masks helped people with bad breath realize they had bad breath because it was just
because
like
they had to live in it.
right
Yeah, I hope
there?
so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like there
such
was
a good-
no
I hope that
like.
stays true.
There was no like being like, is that someone else? It's like, no, it's you. There's a mask right here.
Mhm.
It's like,
I hope so.
yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's so grimy when they just like that, or when they smoke or they smoke blunts while they're doing their set. I'm like, dude, could you really not wait 5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Because that's gonna make it stink, and I don't want to fucking. If I want to have a cigarette, I'll go have a cigarette. I don't want you to have it for me. You know what I mean?
What's the weirdest thing you've seen someone do at an open mic?
Wow, that's wild.
Weirdest thing I've seen somebody do at an open mic recently has been take out tarot cards.
Oh,
And they did a bunch of tarot cards, and it was my favorite thing. 'Cause we're out in Arizona, and this guy pulls out tarot cards, and he goes, "You guys all didn't laugh at me last week," and I was like, "I know it's coming." And he's just like calling people out. He's like, "You, let me pull out a card." Oh, 7 of Swords means you're gonna fucking bomb up here. And just like, and he's just like seriously living in last week, just telling everybody, he's like, "Oh, you talked about you're getting married. Turns out your wife's gonna cheat on you."
Nice.
And I couldn't tell if he was doing a bit or not. And I was like, if this is a bit, this might be like Andy Kaufman.
This is
like,
us, yeah.
Yeah, like just like, oh, this guy might be a genius. But it wasn't. Like he was just seriously mad about last week. And he just like, he stacked his tarot deck to be like, you suck. You're
well,
bad.
I wonder how much effort he put into preparing. Like he was like, okay, there's these 15 people, 15 cards, let's go.
There's no way he could have prepared for it. He had to improv. He has to be a genius because he had to look and just go, I'm going to fucking get them. And if they were there, unless they're there every week, what's the worst Kaufman? Like, is it, I don't know. Because you're sick like me, because sometimes we're in the same room and we see something particularly bad and I will shoot you a fucking look and we'll eye contact. And
It's
we'll
my
just start.
favorite thing at an open mic.
It is. Fuck, I feel so bad because I'll look at you and then I'll look at Kenny and I'll look back at you and then I'm like, okay, we all heard the same thing. And then shortly later, I'll move my way over there so we can laugh about it. But what's your, like, since we're sick fucks like that, like, you thoroughly enjoy when somebody fails a Kaufman, right?
Yeah.
That's the best.
A lot of people go again. Another shout out to Kenny Weber. Kenny's a very funny comic, but one thing I will say about him is he's an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? But like he's at a really like good position right now. He's like definitely a guy to watch.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do watch him, and my favorite thing that's so cringy to see is watch people try to do like a thing that Kenny will do on stage.
Okay.
And watch it just fail because like I think a lot of people think Kenny like the risks that he's taking up there are actually like cheats or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm a firm believer there's no cheats in comedy. It's like it's funny or it's not. Like, you know,
yeah.
And then and so much of it is again speaking back to Andy Kaufman. Like it's funny that Andy Kaufman was doing that weird shit because he's a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then so like Kenny will do like a thing where he'll repeat a joke. And then like so he'll like say it. It's like a regular open mic, and he'll be like, "I don't think you guys heard it," and he'll say it again, and then he'll do like one or two jokes, and he'll be like, "Wait a minute, I feel like doing that." What? And then he'll say it, and then that time it gets the pop, and then so many people will be like, "I want to do that," and they just end up telling the same joke on stage like over and over, and it just gets worse for them and worse for them, and I'm like, "Oh, like." You don't truly understand what he's doing right there, but and then it's just like it's my favorite thing to see, like watching people like just like. But at the same time, I love it because I just love watching people try.
Fucking 100%. That's what I mean. It's
like that's what I feel like we say all that with the look. Like at least they're trying, but goddamn,
fuck, that's that. Like, dude, when they come up with like the signs or something, and there's very few like Tyler Gooch.
Oh, who like
Tyler Gooch can
signs.
bring up signs, and he'll be on this year. Tyler Gooch can bring up signs, and he's crushing. And then I'll watch other people bring up signs, and I'm like,
no, thank you.
No, this is a hard pass. I'm gonna swipe left.
Well, then I'm like, that's a prop comic there for sure. Like,
yeah, but I don't
that's
see Tyler Gooch's there.
That's when. Oh, well, that's when I segue. I'm like, that guy's a comic because he doesn't always do the signs. He just sometimes, right? He does. I've seen him do no.
Who
sign
Gooch?
bits.
Yeah, Gooch does no signs. But I've seen those. I've seen people with puppets. I've seen just impressionists.
I would love to see
just impressionists. That's so hard because I feel like everybody does the same impressions.
Yeah,
especially at first. So I'm like, you're gonna do Arnold.
You're gonna do Walken.
Yeah, and it's just like it's like
please don't Pacino.
Yeah, but I'm like these are all these guys are like so old.
They're dying. Like, can we do other ones?
Like nobody on TikTok knows who the fuck Al Pacino.
I would love
they don't get that reference. They don't get the scream.
To see an open mic ventriloquist. Wouldn't that be like the best, like just in the OC comedy scene? Have you ever seen it?
I want to say
I think I
have seen a ventriloquist. I don't think it went well.
No, it didn't.
Well, no, like one
didn't.
that was like around regularly though. You know what I mean? Like not just a one-off. Like one that was.
I'm gonna stop you right here and say, don't get the dummy.
I'm not.
It sounds like you're trying to get the dummy.
I'm talking yourself into this.
I'm trying to persuade people.
He's like, no, but it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, right? The jacket.
Have you guys ever
dummy?
seen them do the water trick? You know, where he's doing the water and it looks like he's not talking, but he's talking. Come on.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but that's the thing. We've all seen it.
No,
exactly. Haven't you guys? Exactly. Oh fuck.
Well, is there another famous dummy guy than Jeff Dunham? Is there?
I mean, I'm sure there's got to be. Like,
yeah, I don't know because I don't really practice ventriloquism, so it's not a big.
Yeah, there used to be. There's a.
Wow.
Their names on a comedy store. It's like these three brothers. So leave it in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about.
There's three brothers.
There's a three brother act. Their names up at the comedy store. I'm blinking on it right now. If you ever watch those like live at the Improvs on Amazon Prime, if you ever like deep dive in, they pop up on those.
So those three.
Those three guys. But like even then, it's just like
it's a very neat chart.
Yeah, like the dummies. The star, you and your three brothers are just fucking showcasing this dummy around. Like, that's fucking sucks.
It does suck. So yeah, say no to the dummy.
Yeah, okay, I won't buy the dummy. You guys don't
watch him get a dummy and just fucking crush.
We'd be left in the dust.
What if I get dummies of OC comics though, and I just start doing their bits on stage?
Well, then you can do a lot of shows in Orange County.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is very meta in the OC.
Yeah.
You go to Idaho, you're like, I'm Kenny
like,
Weber.
If you guys
like,
knew
nope.
these guys in the OC, this is crushing, but this is not good.
How do you feel about local references in a comedy set? Pro, con? Give some good advice to the young.
I'm against it, but just because it's like road dog shit. and there's nothing wrong with being a road dog, but like I feel like they earned it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause like they're looking up like what, like they're beyond the surface level.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's great to be here. And then, like just like the real local stuff, like you just run the risk of like, what am I trying to say? Like you run the risk of really, really working that bit and like turning it into all these things, and you use all these resources and all this time to really polish up this thing that only works in one place.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Nailed it.
Like, you know, like, but, like, again, like, if you do, like, a little throwaway, if, like, who's, like, we had a UFC guy in the OC,
Uncle
office,
Creepy, yeah.
And then he resigned, and I think...
Tito
Tito.
Ortiz, yeah, he did just resign.
Right, and his quote was, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And like, you couldn't figure that out before you fucking ran. Like, you know, I would say that maybe like out of my, but like that's not gonna be like I'm not fucking close on Tito Ortiz.
I didn't even know people resigned from like city council or whatever he was.
That's my point. Like, who couldn't just coast?
Yeah.
For the rest of the year
in city council,
whatever it is
in Huntington Beach.
I want to know the like scandal that made him quit. You know what I mean? Like the video of him beating up a grandma.
I don't think Jenna Jameson half to death like 5 years ago. They didn't give a fuck about his scandal. You can Google that. I'm not being a dick.
No.
As he literally he beat the shit out of her.
Just like what made him quit? They're like, Tito, you got to sign this, and he's like, I'm over signing today. I'm done with this paperwork shit.
Yeah, he found out it was a job.
Yeah,
he's like, we have these every month. It's like I thought we just run, and then you give me the money. And
I thought I have to read minutes.
Or it's like,
how am I supposed to read minutes? It's time.
The negative emails he's getting. It's like people care what I do negatively. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like I think that's a quick way to find out if you want to be in the public eye like that.
Was to be a shitty politician.
Yeah.
Would you read the emails that the people from the city are sending you if you're a Tito Ortiz?
No.
You just say fuck them.
No, because he can't read.
Would you have someone read them for you if you were Tito Ortiz?
I'd print them out on cards.
Like my contract.
Yeah.
Dana White, come read this for me.
Oh my god.
So you want to be a fucking councilman? Could you imagine that guy's intensity as a councilman, just cursing for no reason? Oh, that guy's way too intense too. All those UFC guys, like in the media, they're funny intense.
Yeah.
You want to be a fucking fighter? Wow, it's aggressive.
Well, I don't know. All I've learned from listening to Uncle Creepy on some of the local podcasts is like, oh, he's a sad guy too. He's just buff. Like that's the difference.
Yeah. Sad guys can beat you up too.
He's just sad, and he's just more physical about his sad. And all of us are more like, I'm just sad. You know.
Yeah, we say it into a mic. Yeah. He says it into your fucking ears.
Yeah, he's like, I'll beat
out.
the shit out of you. Yeah. I'm sad, and I'm like, oh, okay.
He's like, when you're rear naked, he's like, I'm having a really long day. I'm sorry about this. Really, some issues. I just can't talk about with my family, so I'm taking it out on you. Very nice. He's nice about it.
But I mean, he's buff as fuck. So
I wouldn't fuck with him. Yeah. He's like half my size of him, but like height.
Have you
not
ever
size.
seen Ian McCall, Uncle Creepy?
That's
sweet dude.
Uncle...
Yeah, that's dude. He's a nice
I think
dude.
I got to meet him.
Yeah, he's
super
chill
nice
as
guy.
fuck.
I don't think I still haven't seen him go up.
Yeah, he's I've only seen him a couple times at Chapter 1. And
don't back out now. You're talking shit.
Talk that shit, King.
I wasn't gonna say anything. It just, you know, when you see someone, you're like,
I'm not defending you.
That's not my cup of tea.
You were saying like different weight class, he has no chance. Right?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Beat
his ass.
I was like, I'll take him. Don't worry.
No, you know what's funny is he was in one room with us, and he was like, I could kick everyone's ass here. And someone leaned into me, and they were like, yo, you were a bouncer for 13 years. I'm like, he was a fucking champion. There's levels. You're stupid. You're fucking stupid. That guy will kill me. So when he comes for you, King, I'll be the one videotaping going World Star.
Yeah. Okay. As long as it gets 1 million views, I'm okay.
Hit it up on Reddit.
Yeah, that'll make it
I'm
good.
like,
fight porn.
I'm like, listen, man, you got to beat me good so people watch this shit. If you beat me and it's only like a 50,000er, like this is gonna really kill my nuts.
No, we'll have that. We'll tag his name on there. People will look. What Uncle Creepy beat up somebody in a street fight? He beat up a girl. We'll put it on Thunder Thoughts. We'll have your hair down.
Thunder Thoughts,
dude. Have you never checked out Thunder Thoughts?
No,
I push that on all of our viewers.
He's
Thunder Thoughts on Reddit.
It's a great
girls
I
fighting
into it.
Girls in dresses or sometimes strip clubs. It's just I've watched every fight video. I can't watch UFC anymore because I watched too much boxing as a kid. Like I've seen good fighters, cool, whatever. I want to see bad fighters now. The rest of my life, I don't want to see one good fight. I want to see people. And on Thunder Thoughts, like you can see people like literally pile driving, fucking each other. Like they don't know what they're doing. It's Thunder Thoughts. Thunder Thoughts, check it out.
Check it out tonight.
Amber Williams, check out Thunder Thoughts. Do you trust me?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Do you trust me?
Thanks for watching.
Do you think she still made it this far in the episode?
I hope so.
Amber, you better have.
Yeah, especially because
Otherwise, I'm gonna start talking about Thunder Thighs. You know what I mean?
If she doesn't make it
saving lives.
this far too, that means we talk about sex very early on.
Yeah, we got rid of the sex very early. We were
yeah.
good. We behaved ourselves.
That's good.
That's good.
We do have a segment. It's called Able to Able. He's a motivational speaker.
Oh,
He's going to give you a little motivation.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it we need fixed in our life here, Xavier Campos?
I feel like I had COVID over the pandemic. I got the vaccine. Got both my vaccines.
Yeah, fake news.
Recently, I feel like the brain fog, is so intimidating, and I've been taking it on stage.
What vaccine you get?
I got Pfizer.
Pfizer.
I said, if you give me anything, you better put it on ice.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so you've got the fog from COVID, the COVID fog?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you need to do is smoke marijuana.
Okay.
Preferably go to Mr. Nice Guy
Indica sativa.
in Santa Ana. A hybrid, actually. Great question, George. Hybrid it, okay? Because you don't want to be too up, too down. That's where you're at right now. You need to be in the middle. Hybrid. Give yourself maybe some Black Mamba. Okay, you start out real foggy, but you come down unexpectedly. It's a great type of weed. Okay. And get that. And what that does is that's going to mask the COVID cloud you have. And you're going to have a weed cloud stronger than the COVID cloud. The weed cloud will push it out. Will you make mistakes? Yeah, naturally. But you'll make weed mistakes and not COVID cloud mistakes.
Okay.
Does that change your life?
That weirdly makes so much
Okay,
sense.
good. I just want to make sure I made it make sense to you.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Scientifically speaking.
I'm sorry if we got you addicted to marijuana because of this, but it did fix some people.
It did fix a lot of people. Yeah. Is it like a cumulus cloud? What kind of cloud is this?
It's more like a chemtrail, I think, because it's a vaccine.
Yeah, I got it because it's a conspiracy because you didn't really have it.
Yeah. My favorite thing to see online is there's so many people I follow that I couldn't name drop if I tried because there's so many I saw do this. You take the Band-Aid off and you put the magnet on right away. It's sticking because the Band-Aid was sticky. You dumb pieces of shit. Like, at least give yourself a swab and then get like
a horse bath, as George would prefer. Yeah,
a horse bath. Yeah,
that's when I have work after that. I think I'm gonna have to take a one horse bath on the way over to work right now.
Some wet wipes, or did you do the just Axe all over the body?
Axe all.
Is that more like the high school? Yeah. That's like a high school kid kind of thing.
He said he was born in 92, not 02.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to smell like used cats. Oh, that's so gross.
What?
Give us your best punchline on Axe. Let's shit on Axe.
Oh my god, I don't even know.
What's the worst flavor you ever saw though? I saw a chocolate
flavor.
One.
You not drink them.
Not flavor, but scent. I saw chocolate
definitely
one.
Didn't taste like chocolate.
Chocolate was
It was a green one. It smelled like pine and ass.
Dragon mist.
Do you remember
pine
that?
Ass?
It had the green fart on it. And it was just like it lived in every locker.
Well, but wasn't that when you were living your life based on the color of something? Like you're like, I get the green Axe, I get the blue Axe. Like you got one or the other.
What are you, a fucking Power Ranger?
Yeah, you think you're gonna grow up to be a fucking Power Ranger? You beat me to it. Goddamn. I'm gonna take the form of a real man.
You know, that would be a great Axe commercial, though, wouldn't it? Like, come on, like adult Axe or something. You know, it's like.
Oh man, I don't know. I think I did. I bought maybe like 2 or 3 cans of Axe. I had blue. Whatever blue, probably because of I think it was called Phoenix. I was just like that. That was like
because
your
dick kept rising.
Yeah, campaign alone. I was like, I'm fucking Phoenix, bro.
Yeah. I remember getting Axe from my parents from Christmas one year, and they were like, "Well, you did drop out of junior college, so we figured there's your starter kit." They're fucking pricks. Do you ever buy something because of its marketing campaign?
All the time.
Me too.
All of the time.
What's something you bought because of the marketing campaign?
Old Spice.
With
those stupid fucking names. I'm like, fuck, Swagger.
Oh,
that's
God.
It smelled horrible.
I've been victim to so many Old Spice. And then the worst is like people say it smells like toilet water. Like there's I don't know exactly what, like, but it is like you go specific places. I don't know if it's like the cleaning product in that toilet, but there's somebody in my family that like I'd be like, I'm trying to find my new scent, and they would just be like, oh. It's like somebody like fell in the toilet. Somebody fell in the toilet water, and I was just like, the worst place you want to be at 14. You're just like
nervous as shit. Why do I smell weird?
They said I smell like a toilet. It said fresh and clean on the bottle.
It's not what they meant. What about you?
That's a hard one. You know what it was? And it was Burger King. They had this commercial where they just got tacos. And they had this Mexican dude who was like, best taco I ever... Yeah, it was recent. He was like, best taco I ever had. And it was just because it was a Mexican guy. And I was like, man, I got to try this taco.
I'm a victim to that so much.
Are
you a victim to that?
No.
They seat me next to the window, bro, and I watch. It's at least three. Last 3 couples will come in. If I'm just eating I'll be like, can I get it to go? And like, you don't want to sit in the window, and I'm just like, I know what you're doing.
I know what you're doing. That's 100. Like, oh, it's weird.
I feel like there's taco stands that owe me money.
Yeah,
for bringing them business. I'm just like, I don't know.
One of the real ones is eating it. Let's stop, Claire.
But to be fair, I knew the tacos at Burger King were going to be bad going into it. I didn't have high expectations. I was just like, that's a good marketing campaign.
You don't go to Taco King for burgers.
Yeah,
that's just absolutely not the case.
Oh my god, the burgers at any taco spot though
are amazing.
Delicious.
They're fucking fire.
They put the shredded lettuce on it. At first, you think it's stupid, but then you take the bite and you realize you don't take the thing with you, and you're like, they're onto something.
I'm not pulling off every tomato with it and pickle.
I don't know if it's like the leftover grease from the real good meat on the grill or whatever that makes the burgers good, but that's what I really like about those places.
It's a Mexican cooking it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The crust on his hand.
That's why they can't do it at my house, is because it's a white guy cooking it.
Yeah,
it doesn't come off right.
Did you ever notice white people put in, what is it? It's called Mexican seasoning. Do you ever hear it? You see that? This is the most racist shit I've ever seen. It's called Mexican seasoning. I don't even know what it is. Is that what we taste like?
It's just a grinded up sombrero.
Yeah. Some horchata powder.
What about you guys like horchata? I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
It's gross.
Because sometimes people make me feel white because I don't like it, but I'm like, that shit is just trash. Like, it doesn't.
Are you a cinnamon guy?
No, I'm just not like a fan of like
rice water.
Yeah, I was gonna just say like water's leftover filling, whatever they get from it.
So no coffee.
No, I'm not really into coffee. I'm really into the cream of coffee though. Like if I get a coffee, it's half cream, half coffee. You know, a lot of sugar.
Adult chocolate milk.
Yeah, an adult chocolate milk. Yes. I'm like, you could put a little caffeine in there, you know, a shot of espresso.
Does it give you like heart trouble?
Yeah, it makes my tummy ache, you know.
Oh shit, that's the milk.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be.
It's not. The
when you're formula fed, you're not supposed to drink.
Yeah, I know. He longs for it though. Yeah, because the barista looks at him in the eyes. Is this like, Mom?
No, yeah. I'm like, can I get extra of that sweet cream? And
yeah. Oh, no bueno.
Yeah, no,
no bueno.
What about I don't think did you do an advertisement that got you?
Yeah, I got anything that has a baseball logo on it will catch my eye. So, like, I will specifically, like, I've grabbed a Head and Shoulders and be like, oh, no, that one has a baseball logo on it. Like, it somehow changes the product on the inside of the I'm fucking dumb.
I feel like there's like companies on Instagram that sell these vintage hats, and I realized, like, I think I got a couple, and I was like, I did no checking to see. They're like, yeah, this is the fucking 1946 Alley Cats, and I'm like, sure,
sounds great,
sure. I never checked if there's a fucking Alley Cats in 1940. They're just like, yeah, go for it. Here's a patch, you fucking idiot. Like,
yeah, getting some fucked up sportswear is weird because then you can never wear it because you're like, no.
Yeah, like it seems so good at 2 a.m. when you're drunk, and you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking alley cat, bro.
No, this should cost $32. Yeah, custom made $32. That's a steal. Yeah, and then you wind up getting it. It's some fucking horrible.
Well, doesn't everything sound like it makes more sense when you're a little buzzed when you're buying stuff? You're like, $38. That sounds like the price I should be paying for this. It's like, not really, but
I long for the day we don't even know the price. They just take it away because I don't want to see it anymore.
There's no price.
No, there's no price. They just tell you, hey, you don't have enough for this. That's it. They just tell me a certain way. No, this is out of your range. Go ahead. I'll be happy with that day.
That would actually be nice. Like on my website, it's like stuff I can afford, stuff I can't afford. So it's like window shopping, not window shopping.
That's all the ads you get is shit that you actually can afford, not like.
They know it, the dollars in your bank account. Yeah. They're like, listen, you can't.
If you got no dollars in your bank account, they drop that YouTube asshole. You want to fucking live like me? Look at this fucking Lexus back here. Look at this Range Rover. I don't even work all day. You see this fucking money? I throw it in the ocean. I don't fucking care. I love that guy.
I love that.
I don't work for money. My money works for me.
I love that there's a million of those guys now, though. Like, that it just keeps exponentially growing. Mm-hmm. They're not like, no, there's a cap of us. They're like, no, there should be more guys.
That's how a pyramid scheme works, though. I'm sure they're looping each other into it. Have you made your YouTube video yet? You gotta drop it. Bro, look at my fucking Hummer H3, bro. That's vintage, bro.
You know, I might need to get back into Amway and be like, you know what? I got a good list of people to start selling this shit to.
Sell it to comics.
Sell it to comics.
They're fucking stupid. They'll buy it. Just tell them they can be a great comic while you sell them that. They'll believe anything.
My favorite thing is that I've been rewatching old shows and that the knife scam has been around for like a long time.
Yeah.
Like it's not a new thing. It just keeps recycling
The
back.
Cutco?
Yeah, Cutco or whatever it is. Like they reference it
Ginsu.
on Friends. There's a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
man,
around.
Did you guys ever get the knife show?
What's the knife show?
The knife show is like it's like QVC, but just for knives.
Yeah.
And it's like these guys. They have southern accents. They're fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They just do the most insane deals on. I think they're just like they have like back stock on all these knives. And like here's this knife. It could like kill a deer by looking at it. And you're just like we're giving away 15 of them for $13.99.
Yep.
If you call right now. And
now.
And my brother and I used to just call and just work on accents and just be like, "Is this a knife show?" And like we're just be like, "But you mean to tell me I get all 13 of your knife?" And then just like I have them just like say the stuff over and over again, and then I just act like my phone cut out. I'd be like,
That's awesome.
"Oh yeah, I'm gonna go right," and then just it's my favorite thing to do. The knife show.
Well, that was the one where they used
2
to
a.m.
cut through shit, right? They're like, watch it cut through this. And it was just shit it didn't need to cut through, like pennies and shit.
Yeah, they cut through so much dumb shit. And then, but it works on you after a while. It's like, maybe I do need to cut through a penny.
Maybe I do need to cut through 50 hoses at one time. You never know.
My parents are, not my dad, my mom and my stepdad are secretly the suckers for any door-to-door salesman. Like, the guys who are selling meat in the back of their truck because they had a delivery close by and it was for a restaurant, but they dropped out or whatever, that whole spiel. It's like the guy who's selling door-to-door vacuum cleaners, who it's a rug cleaner, and you could make money off this doing it as a business. The guy who's selling the guy who's selling the fitness balls because, like, there's so many things at their house that it's like a door-to-door salesman just showed up one day selling and they bought it.
Oh yeah, because they just couldn't tell him to leave. They're just like, okay,
I don't even know.
Get you out of here.
They don't know how to. That might be they just don't know how to say no in the sales pitch because they also have like 2 timeshares. So like I think once they're in the pitch room, they're like sold.
Your dad should have offered him lunch.
Honey, we're getting to see Epcot. We're seeing Epcot after all.
I bought him a burger. We're $11 invested. We're halfway there.
Well, it's weird now though that they're getting older because like they were part of Amway, and so now they'll kind of admit to me that it was a scam. But I remember when I was a kid and I was like, it's a pyramid scheme, right? Like that's what's going on. They'd be like, no, and they'd like sell me the sales pitch, being their son or whatever. Mm-hmm. And now they'll be like, yeah, it was kind of a scam. It's kind of a scam.
Nice. Just like all those with like the acai berry.
Mm-hmm.
You might be too young for this. I can't
No.
But there was a time when
I was born in 91.
Okay.
So
Okay.
You get it.
So
I'm a sucker for acai berry. That's an advertisement that gets me.
Even Oprah was fucking I think my mom and a couple of my aunts fell victim to the acai berry and I was just like, just give it a year and they're gonna be like, what? They're like, no. We're getting this berry. And it's straight from Brazil, and I'm like, you sound ridiculous.
Yeah, you sound ridiculous.
Well, I actually used to work at Jamba Juice, and one of the things they made us do was like learn about like all the superfruits because acai is a superfruit.
Yeah.
And then they would like put it on a chart compared to like every other superfruit we had, and acai is like the weakest superfruit. Like it barely has enough antioxidants to be a superfruit. Like pomegranate has more antioxidants. Like, a bunch of just, like, regular fruits are just better for you. But, like, acai has, like, better brand recognition for antioxidants, apparently.
It's good marketing.
Yeah.
Oprah, dude.
Like, one of the craziest things...
Better agent.
When I was working there is the wheatgrass, right? You know what wheatgrass is?
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah. That's, like, actually a scam.
It's a scam for white people.
Like,
really?
Like, acai at least has antioxidants, and that's, like, a thing. Wheatgrass is actually just a scam. To the point, like, that there used to be a book that we'd sell in our lobby about, like, what wheatgrass does for you. That guy's doctorate was taken away, and all of his findings were discredited. They were like, you can't even have this degree anymore because of, the bullshit you're selling to people.
Man, they pulled his fucking doctorate. You know how bad that is? You worked for it, and they were like, nah, give it back, son.
Yeah, they, like...
That's like Reggie Bush's Heisman. They just pulled that back. It's over. Well, you never won that.
They would be like, it's like eating 8 pounds of vegetables, and then they'd be like, it's just not, though. Like, scientifically, it just has, like, a lot of vitamin K, so...
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be a doctor making just ridiculous claims like an open micer.
Yeah.
I mean, but don't you kind of admire the guys in the 90s before the internet was really a thing who
Yeah.
could just make the claims, you know?
I'm so glad we have phones. We don't have to deal with that guy. How sweaty are you? I'm watching you
so
move. This
bad.
is like
I know. I'm regretting this jacket.
you look
every
great
second.
in that jacket.
Yeah, I know.
I'm regretting putting on this old college jersey.
I
'cause I'm
gotta go. I
dying.
gotta go serve people.
I'm
for
glad
5
I
I gotta
hours.
do comedy after this.
Yeah,
You know how
yeah.
fucking gross I'm gonna look? I've showered twice already today. This is fucking nasty. Folks, if you're at home, we're in here. It is currently
In
like
the studio,
in the
of
stew-
course. Yeah,
in the
stew.
stew.
Yeah,
in
mhm.
the stew.
Stewing.
I'm
And-
surprised you haven't melted.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
ginger,
we've got these Arctic airs in here, you know, keeping us cool.
Oh, and they're doing a great job.
It's like
too.
it's like a humidifier. I actually ordered a AC unit today.
Oh fuck!
It'll be here
Luxury.
next week. So
Do you see this? So you
unfortunately,
don't. Well,
yeah.
just
You
like with his
won't-
dad, you're a Mexican, so you only
Uh-huh.
get half.
Yeah.
the deal.
Well,
I'm gonna owe him money after this
Yeah, after this
episode.
you're
dude.
gonna
yeah,
get
exactly. For the AC unit we ordered because of your
Yeah.
episode. Sorry. I
That's
mean,
what
that's a goal. I want to be that person who just charges people for weird shit. You know what I mean? It's
Who doesn't?
Just
Tick-
own a comedy club.
That's all the game is.
That's all it takes. Oh, this is a good question. I haven't seen a club here, but comedy club owners who are comics, how do you feel?
A lot of them aren't great. We're in California though, so there are some good ones.
Mhm.
But like you're definitely gonna you start hitting the road and then you notice like you're like, oh, I get what this place is. Like this place went to so and so's and was like, I can do that back
Yeah.
in Kansas City, and you're just like, all right, that's where we're at.
Yes, this guy came back from LA and now he's running a room here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we need signatures on the wall, and then
Yeah.
there's like,
Yeah, why you see that? Like, am I weird? Because I think that's weird. I get it. I get what they're trying to do. But you get it. You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah, I mean, it's
Can
it's
you
very-
explain it? Because
it's-
I'm way much of it. I won't land this as nice as you will.
It's
I'll
very-
say it and be hated. You say it.
It's very nice to see signatures on the wall at a place that actually had those comics there and actually broke those comics, and that's like their thing, right? So you go to the comedy store and you go, oh my god, I can't believe, like, Richard Pryor did a fucking open mic here.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams did an open mic here.
Yeah.
You go to these other places and you're like, I'm not sure that some of these men have made it here. 'Cause
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
an improv class in LA, and they had a picture of Steve Martin that was just like hanging around or whatever in like weird places. They'd be like, "What's up with that picture?" And they'd be like, "Oh, we just like Steve Martin." And it was like some of the people thought Steve Martin came
Was
here.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way you're putting this picture out here makes it seem like you guys know Steve Martin, but Steve Martin does not know
That's a
anyone here.
common thing all over the country.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird. And you go in and you're like, oh, he was here? No.
But
His picture was. Getty was.
I will say this shitty pizza place by my work has the proof that Leno used to order from them because they have the picture of their delivery man with Jay Leno signing the receipt. So,
I believe it.
Yeah.
But he didn't do comedy. That's
Yeah.
his name should go on the
well,
fucking wall.
it's nice because it's like a really shitty Honda, like doors don't match colors, and
Okay.
Jay Leno sitting inside taking a picture, and you're like, oh, okay.
That's so cool.
So are you
Yeah.
a fan of people regularly signing walls in other towns? What are your thoughts on that?
No, I don't think it really matters. I like the frame picture. Like if you give me a frame
Yeah.
picture of them on
The
stage,
headshot?
it makes me.
Oh, yeah.
even like the headshot too. Like that makes me feel like they were here. They consented to this in some
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You gotta ask them for the thing. They gave you the thing. But yeah, like I don't know. It seems like I hate anything where it seems like you're trying to dupe me.
Yeah.
Like don't. Like we're
It's
we're
the
just
opposite
here
of
to
all
have-
of this.
Yeah, like we're just trying to have a good time.
Yeah. Chill. Be
Isn't
less.
part of the comedy store like the history, like that's what makes it the comedy store.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like so, like
That's
putting
the allure.
putting that someplace else just doesn't make it cool. It's like it's just some random building.
Well, yeah, or just I say double down and put the names of the people you're actually breaking. And if
Yeah.
you're not breaking anybody, there's your problem.
Yeah, that's you.
Like
If you're breaking
that.
from your club, then
Yeah, like you know what I mean. It's like it's not the hardest thing to figure out. It's just like when you make comedy corporate, it's not good.
yeah. No, it's 100%.
Tips for all the comics out there: when you make comedy corporate, it's not good.
It's you get paid more.
Yeah.
If that might be good for you at the time, but like I don't. There's a time and a place, man. There's definitely a time and a place.
I feel you. Corporate, you're not out there crushing the corporate gigs.
No, I'm barely crushing regular gigs, but book me, bro.
Book him, he's hilarious.
It's
Is that weird for you because you work at Rec Room trying to get booked in other spots because people probably assume you're always busy or something? That's gotta be weird.
Yeah, it does get weird. Like I think a lot of people just like assume that we're just like taking all the spots there, but I feel like especially lately, like I'm trying to let everybody know like the Rec Room is another place that likes to break local talent. So, like, and we're trying to do it in a way where it's not just going to, like, set you up for a failing battle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, when they bring you up, like, hey, guys, give it up. This guy's local. Put your hands together for so-and-so. And then you're just like, there's no way this is going to go good. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have that caveat because right in their head the whole time they're going to be like, well, this isn't one of the real guys. And, at the Rec Room, you're not going to find that. We're going to try to put you on a show. We're not going to try to put you on a show where it's just like, we got you on a show. Now you owe us a favor. It's like, like, I want you on a show where I think it makes sense. I want you on a show where I think you're going to do well. Mm-hmm. And that way you can really decide if this is for you, man. Yeah. Like, and then you can start to see, like, you'll be like, wow, I got placed on a show where so-and-so and so-and-so was. Maybe I'll see how they move. And, like, I feel like that's the real help and stuff you can get it. As far as, like, me getting spots at the Rec Room, I'm lucky in the way that I get to just fill in. Yeah. So that is like, you know, like I just get a lot of experience on that. But at the same time, it's just like I get to see a lot of my friends go on these shows that are like tailor made for them. And then another times like I'm just like, I like that though because I'm just like I want to do good everywhere. I want to do good when the crowd's not good. I want to do good when they're too rowdy, when they're not rowdy enough. Blah, blah, blah.
I actually haven't seen many bad sets at a Rec Room show.
That's another thing because we're just trying to actually
very few. I've seen some, but not many.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna lie.
I know. I like how you're like. In factuality, there will be some bad sets.
It's not everywhere. I see people bomb at Irvine Improv.
Yeah.
And I was told you shouldn't bomb there.
That one's gotta hurt. That one's gotta hurt.
Never mind.
No, I'm not doing that. This is not episode 34.
Yeah, you guys just dropping names
and hammers. No. But I've seen guys have bad sets at Irvine Improv, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of people to not make laugh.
How do you feel about bad sets, though? Motivating, unmotivating?
I mean, it's like, dude, I just want to see the people get more comfortable. Because I've seen people that made me laugh while they were bombing. Like they can come off stage, I can say with a straight face, like, "Hey, man, like you did not have a good set, but you were being funny. I had a good time." Mm-hmm. And like, and you know what I mean? And like, you really do learn that skill. Like I remember once I saw this blew my mind. Like I was just starting comedy. I was at this mic. There's this drunk couple sitting right in the front. First of all, we're just happy to have people sitting in the front, so nobody wants to tell them to leave. And they're just like berating us. Nobody's doing well, and this guy just like straight up includes them in the show. He's just working with them, like he totally gets it. Like I was like, and I saw someone work from a place of experience, and I was just like, that's what you need to be doing.
Don't piss the room off. Get them on your side.
Yeah.
It's a veteran comic, and that's why they book because they can go into a place and not piss off the whole room.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a huge thing I think young comics or new comics don't really understand.
Yeah, because everybody just wants to set the bomb off. Everybody wants to press the button and boom.
I feel that way, yeah. It's so true.
I think room energy is something hard for people to learn, like how you should act or like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I don't know. Like there's like you learn how to do every part of the show. Like you learn how to host, you learn how to be a middle, and you learn how to close it out. And I personally think the people get really messed up when they don't necessarily go in that order.
Yeah.
And then, you take a little bit over here, put it over here, and it gets all mixed up. But I don't know. Everybody's got their journey. Everybody's finding their way. I don't know. I just want to see
politician.
Yeah, I just want to see people do well.
I want to see everybody do great. Kiss the baby.
And then he's like, book me, Xavier Campos.
Xavier Campos. I want to see you do well with me on your show.
I'm starting to book a show. So I seriously.
What's your show called?
It's a Raffle House. I'm doing it with Ashley Kelly.
Okay, cool.
So
where are you doing it? Are you doing it at Rec?
We're gonna do it at the Rec Room, and then that's that's why I keep talking about all that stuff. Like I'm just trying to look for people, and I want to just see
growth.
Yeah, like the OC comedy scene when I first started, it had so many rising stars that like it made it like to where it had to restart again.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, what's
What's new?
Yeah, like let's keep it going, right?
Yeah.
Like we have some shoes to fill, but I think it's not impossible.
I feel like some of the pandemic stuff is kind of sad. Like I think Cameron Peloso is in Portland now. Like he's just
Yeah, but I wouldn't feel bad for that guy, dude.
well,
like,
no, bad that I don't get to see him.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, I
anymore.
think he's doing really
no,
well.
no,
I
yeah,
heard he's like in
doing
school
good,
and
but I don't get to
doing
watch
shit.
him do comedy anymore. Which kind of
Yeah.
That part definitely, because that g's a genius.
That kid's
Yeah.
so
I love
funny.
him.
That kid's so funny.
I love him.
Do you have a favorite OC comic?
Favorite OC
And
comic?
it doesn't have to be the person who necessarily makes you laugh the most. It's maybe just someone you personally enjoy.
Someone I personally
who's
enjoy.
somebody that
watching.
you get giddy to every time you see him on? You're like,
So
this is gonna be fun.
it's not necessarily like the best comic in OC. It's just who you always enjoy watching.
Someone that I thoroughly always enjoy watching.
Give him a
is
shout out.
Nate Hendrick.
Okay.
Do you guys know Nate Hendrick?
I don't
think I do.
Yeah.
Let me hold on.
Such a funny
I
guy.
might actually know him.
He's just like, I don't know, like
Is he Southern? Does he have an accent?
I don't know if he's Southern. He doesn't have an accent. He's just he kind of just like he's pretty low key. Like even if you see him at a mic, he's usually like in the corner doing his own thing. But like that guy can just turn it on, and it's just the funnest thing ever. I feel like he's like one of those comics that we were talking about. Like I could see the whole room just like eat a fat one, and then he goes up there, and I'm just like, we're gonna have fun now. And like you can just always count on that. Always count on that. I love seeing Adam. I don't want to like just give an obvious answer.
Suck a dick.
Well, you saw I
love
think
you.
Jerry at Trash Mike the other day, right? Like it wasn't going not like it wasn't going well for people, but then Jerry came and he did like a really good set. Did you
Jerry
see?
Hernandez?
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking G.
and he like killed it.
Shout
He
out
just
Jerry.
threw like
shout out Jerry. He's such a good writer.
yeah, people weren't doing that
100%.
good, and then Jerry came and it was like, oh, this is like a room outside right now.
Oh, I do remember that one, dude. Yeah, Jerry was riffing off me, man.
Yeah,
like he was like just fucking killing.
Yeah,
Dude, he's so good.
and it was all stuff I'd never seen him told before, so it was just like everything was new. Right there.
Yeah. He's just having fun.
Yeah, dude, he's a funny dude. I mean, we got so many fun dudes, and that's what I love about the scene is even if some like new assholes pop up, we can just avoid them because there's so many cool people to hang out with.
Yeah,
There's so many fun people in the
I
scene.
do hope we get back to the mics that we were at though before, like where it was like 4 mics close to each other. You know what I mean? Like where you could hit 4 mics and you drove 60 miles. You didn't drive like 100.
or you could just be
whatever.
a grinder. I'm just kidding.
Fuck yo, dude, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yo, real quick. I gotta go to Upland today. I don't even know where that is.
Oh yeah, this guy's definitely a grinder.
Yeah, it's grindy. You know what it is. That fucking sucks.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
fun though. I heard the room's fun.
Yeah,
So-
I've heard good things.
I've heard good things. So I'm
What,
excited.
it was a No Something Brewery.
First name brewery
First
and
name.
IE. It will be happening night, so none of you will be able to come. So
Mikey
Nah,
McKernan's
nah, nah.
headlining.
McKernan's
Yeah.
headlining.
Oh,
Yeah,
He's someone
Yep.
I always love seeing.
He's
I know.
so fun.
That'd be the guy I'd name if he was in the OC.
Yeah,
Still, yeah, he's
if,
highlighting,
if
but
you-
yeah.
if we could claim him, you were like,
Oh my
yeah.
god, I wish.
so fun.
I bet that guy's everywhere. So I bet it's like that, like in
Yeah.
fucking Utah, and everyone's like, I wish we had one.
They're like,
and not only
yeah.
that, he's a cool as fuck dude off stage.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so fucking nice off
Such a
stage.
great guy.
Yeah.
Such a great guy. That guy has been so nice to me. Just like from when I very first started to now, like just 100% genuine. Such a
Same.
great guy.
When I first came out here, super sweet dude.
I feel like it's really nice when you meet people who are really funny and really nice, like, because it doesn't happen very often. I feel like funny and being mean kind of go together sometimes.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
I can't disagree a little bit because I think there's more nice people in comedy now.
I just feel like the
new-
people don't bust balls anymore, and like there's just like there's too many like maybe like I just got gaslit as a child, but like I was just like this is like I was just like we're busting balls, and like now it's just like you're
You're
trying
hating.
you're trying to like take somebody down from their identity up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like all right.
Oh, my mom's one of 8, so like my family is huge. So like that's all. It's just busting each other's balls, and when people can't take it, I'm like, you don't have like a family, do you? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Like you don't have people keeping you humble.
Yeah,
24/7.
well, it's like I feel like the family mentality is like no one can bully you like we can.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I feel like a family mentality, no matter who you are, like you come home and you just, no matter what, if you have a good family, you ain't shit.
Yeah,
They just look at you
Yeah.
like, you ain't shit.
Right.
Shut up.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
No matter what you could accomplish.
Yeah.
My grandma still has the story about me laying down when we went for a walk and she left me on the street. You know what I mean? Like I can't get past that. They humble me every time.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Yeah. We just have one last thing we usually get to.
Cool.
It's let me see what it's called.
Whoa, shit.
It's Able past tense.
Oh shit.
Past
Are we
tense.
doing that?
Hell yeah!
Abel's,
I'm so happy.
All right, cool.
Like a fortune teller. He's going to tell you your past.
I'm familiar.
It will
I'm
wrap
familiar.
this up. All right.
I like this segment.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We also have a jacket for you before I
Yes,
forget. Cause
something
I
you
keep
need
just
right
what I
now.
needed.
Just right
yeah,
now.
we were like, you're not hot enough. It does say double XL,
Why?
but it's the wrong size because they're Asian sizes. I've said this a bunch of times.
Oh, nice.
Wuhan.
The distributors told me that. I didn't make up that term. Just to be clear,
At least
I'm
you
not,
didn't say it. Yeah, you said it nicely.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take a stance. Here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's not like,
I'm just relaying information relayed to me.
Oh, you're fine. Man.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's the wrong one.
Hold on, there's more.
Okay, so
So while we dig into your past,
there's
pick
a
a color
purple
too.
and there's a orange,
Yellow.
yellow, whatever color.
Kinda
you
late
I
want.
gotta
Lakers.
go purple.
Everyone goes purple.
Everyone
so
goes
classy.
purple, yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
Love it. It's because we're depressed.
Yeah, depressed. We get into it. Okay, so past tense. Okay. I'm looking in. Okay. Seeing you about 12 years old.
Okay.
Hot. You were very sexy at 12, were you not? Okay, you're modest, but from another person's perspective. Okay, if you're looking at it through my eyes.
From a pedophile.
Yeah, from a pedophile's perspective. See this young, supple. You're wearing some nice, were they blue and red shorts. You're running through, you're running into the pool.
I want to say
And
his shoes light up.
His shoes did light up, but he kicked them off just before he jumped in the pool. Very silly,
Okay.
right? You jump in the pool, and then you come out. You were swimming like, in that moment, you thought you were a dolphin. Fact or fiction?
So fact.
All right, I nailed it. I just want to say, I do this every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking week.
I would like it'd be like mandatory for me to hurt my spine
Mm-hmm.
trying to do the thing,
The dolphin.
and then you realize that you have like no core strength as a kid. You're just like, oh my god.
Well, you ever watch like Michael Phelps do like the butterfly stroke, and you're like, that's kind of like a dolphin-ish more because they're kind of getting like more.
Oh yeah, and then have you ever tried a butterfly stroke?
it
Oh my
just-
god, it's hell.
To get your body, you're like, wow, that guy.
I'm just making a lot of noise
If
and standing
anyone-
still.
If anyone deserved to smoke weed, it was Michael Phelps. Like, whew, that butterfly
Yeah,
stroke.
he literally swam his ass off. Did you see him in those shorts? He has no ass.
Yeah.
He had just like upper thigh. Upper thigh. It was very weird.
Well, I liked how he also made us care about something we've never cared about.
Swimming?
Like, never before then was someone like, you've got to watch the Olympic swimming. It's going to be great.
I feel like that's literally what the Olympics are.
It is.
Have you seen a guy throw a spear? No, because it's the fucking 21st century. Well, check him out. Why? It's a javelin. It's a fucking spear.
It's to
Stop.
prove that we're still men.
Yeah, oh my god, I would get into so many YouTube rabbit holes over this quarantine, and I would watch a bunch of like qualifying matches for like track and field.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the hammer.
Yeah.
It's like the most interesting thing to watch, just because like there's like a little dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like someone drunk falling and then just like accidentally just like whip something into like fucking space. Like it's
When they're
The hammer throw.
throwing. Yeah, okay.
it's my favorite thing. And then I was just like developing crushes on people,
I
just
like
like
it.
fucking like just really rooting for them. And like I'm just like I could just look up who won, but I was just like invested. You know what I mean? Just completely.
You took the journey.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You're watching the quarterfinals, the semifinals.
Oh,
you're trying
dude.
to get.
And it got worse than that. Like we got so into that eventually we were like, there's like a whole thing online where these people they race, they go through like the little RC tracks and they just push cars down them. They just push cars.
Oh,
and
to
they
see
push
which one
marbles.
ends first, right?
Yeah. And I swear, like there's like so many views. There's like real.